Now, Storm Tracker 9 weather with Chief Meteorologist Justin Stapleton.
Welcome back, everyone. We are live out at the Bi-Mart on 18th and Chambers, and it is chilly, but I got to tell you, we have had a great afternoon. We are here for our Toys for Tots drive. Now, if you're not familiar with what that is, basically it's a collaboration that we do with the Marine Corps to give an opportunity for kids to have a good Christmas. You know, times are tough, and a lot of folks don't necessarily have an opportunity to go out and get new toys like this for the kids for Christmas. So we're asking folks to come out to the Bi-Mart. We're at 18th and Chambers tonight. We'll be here till 7 o'clock. And there's a variety of other drop-off spots as well, which you can go to KEZI.com and check where those are. And this is one of the main toys. I'm telling you what, this is going to be a hot one. Both of my daughters would enjoy this. A couple of the Frozen characters in there. We got Olaf and Sven and Kristoff and whatnot. And this is definitely going to be a good Christmas for somebody. Now, what we're also talking about tonight is the cold weather that continues to batter portions of the Willamette Valley. Let's go out to the Storm Tracker 9 live radar sweep, and I'll show you what happens. See, that's what happens when your mouth starts to get cold. You start sounding like Elmer Fudd, and you just lose all your R's at that point. So this is what we've got. Storm Tracker 9 also showing some waves of, we'll call it basically light precipitation moving in. Now, a lot of this is not going to hit the ground just yet. You can see all of the pink out there indicating that there is a chance you could see some frozen precipitation. Most of that will be to our south around Lakeview, for example, Klamath County. But big area of low pressure swirling off the northern California coastline continues to bring some much needed rain for portions of California. And as you get right outside of Reno there in the Sierra Nevadas, getting some much needed snowpack, which they have had zero of. Same thing as you get across the Siskiyous as well so far this early winter. All right. Temperature-wise, right now, we're sitting in the upper to mid-30s across Corvallis and here in Eugene. It is much warmer than that, and this has been the pattern for the last 2 days from North Bend and Roseburg, now sitting at 40 degrees and low 40s as you get out into the Central Coast. So if we take our stormcast over the next 24 hours, you see how those first waves just kind of head north and then fall apart? And that's because there's not a lot of support in terms of deep moisture with them, meaning that it's up there in the atmosphere, but it's not all the way down to the surface. So as we roll the clock in through the morning and right about, let's say, 10, 11 o'clock into noontime, could see a break in the action. Now, if we can get the winds to pick up some, that will be enough to scour out or sort of push out some of this cold air that's been trapped in the valley. But as we head in towards dinner time tomorrow afternoon, that's when we'll see some heavier showers start to pick up, and that'll start the rest of, let's say, about the next 4 to 5 days of some fairly wet weather. So overnight tonight, we'll go fog mixed in with mostly cloudy skies. Is kind of what we've got overhead right now, sitting in the mid-30s for us in the valley, low to mid-40s as you get out to the coast. So as that low continues to wind northward, it will keep those rain chances around. So over the next 48 hours, here's how it breaks out. As that slides up the coast, the center of that low is going to continue to generate those showers pretty much all the way through our Thursday and into our Friday forecast as well. So keep in mind that is going to keep things fairly wet, but because the winds are all coming up out of the south, that should keep things somewhat mild as well. So for the coast, we'll go mid-50s tomorrow. One of the spots really isn't going to be impacted that much by this cold air. And then the scattered showers are mostly cloudy skies, and we'll go low 50s for the Umpqua tomorrow. Hopscotch up into the mountains, and temperatures are in the upper 30s to low 40s, so no trouble getting over the passes as we'll see a rain-snow mix, and some of that will be at around 7,500 feet. Central Oregon, I'm going to go with a slushy mix. Could see sort of a mixed bag of all kinds of wintry precipitation. And then finally, we'll go glass half full to get some of this cold air pushed out of the way. Should get us in the mid-40s for tomorrow. Coast stays pretty much wet all the way through your weekend forecast in the 50s, mid-50s as well for the Umpqua. I do think we'll see some fairly dry time by Friday afternoon, and then Saturday night into Sunday. Cascade, sort of a wintry mix at times, low 40s. So you see, not the best snowmaking weather for the ski resorts, but at least we're going to keep some high elevation snow around for the snowpack. And then finally here in the Willamette Valley, we're gonna go on the positive side here, Matt and Renee, and say that we can get back up into the 40s tomorrow and move some of this cold air that is rather stubborn, I should say. The good news is, though, we should be back into the low 50s, but we will likely stay fairly wet throughout the rest of the week's forecast here.
All right, I see that low 50s for next Tuesday's Toys for Tot drive. You'll be
I'll take
warmer
it
out there.
I bet you will.
All right, we are done with